Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Create and Process. Today we are back with our another graphic design tutorial. We're going to create out this amazing graphic design concept. We're going to create this glow text effect in Adobe Photoshop. In the previous video, we have seen how you can create glow text effect in Adobe Illustrator using inner glow, outer glow, and few other options. We're going to use the same principle in this tutorial and create out some amazing glow text effect in Adobe Photoshop. So for the first design, what I have done is I have created a text layer, added a nice outer glow and a drop shadow, and applied a blue color in the drop shadow, and I have changed the blend mode to overlay. For the background, I have added a brightness and contrast adjustment layer and increased the contrast just to give this dark and light shade. And here I have used the brush strokes and applied some red color just to give some interesting look in the background. And for the second design, what I have done is I have created a type of text, and I have removed the inner fill color and applied a stroke to it. Then we have given an outer glow. In the same way, I have created this text, added an inner glow and outer glow. Did the same for this shape, inner glow and outer glow, and later I have created this light flare using the lens flare option. And for the background, I have also created this a grid using the gradient overlay and inverted it just to give this interesting look. So let's create out this first design. So to create this first design, let's type out our text. Before that, let's see here. This is our group where I have kept all the layers. So if I had this group, this is all the work I have done. So I have put this into one folder, this one. So I'm going to work on new layers, which will be on the top over here. And so I'm going to work on top and do the same for the others as well. So let's begin. So I'm going to type out text T, right? And let's type layer, layer. So for this, let's choose the font. So I have used Avenir Next with heavy italic. Change the font. Okay, so this is heavy italic, and let's scale it up. Layer, and we'll type out on the text, enter style, style, style. So this is the text we're going to use. And let's see the spacing. Here we need a little bit of spacing here, so I'll go to this character attributes, and let's increase the spacing something around 30. Let's see, enter. We can reduce it to 25 and enter. So I'm fine with this. Now let's Command Control T, scale it up a little bit, right? Okay, and I'll place it somewhere around here. And what I'm doing is I'm going to remove the fill color. So over here, selecting this, remove the fill color, and double click here and add a stroke. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep it to center, right? And let's reduce the font size to around, let's say, if you want to keep it inside, you can keep it like that, and we can reduce it a little bit more. Yep, or maybe I'll just click OK, and let's increase the size. Okay, enter, and I'll go to strokes again, and let's increase the stroke thickness to around 8. Okay, 8. I'll keep it 8 for now. And now I'll create this outer stroke, this outer circular ellipse. So I'm going to use the ellipse tool here, ellipse tool, and pressing in the center with the Alt and Shift press, click and drag and create a nice circular ring. And with the space bar pressed, you can move it around. So I'll place it somewhere around here, and just like that. Remove the fill color and apply stroke color, white, and let's increase the stroke thickness to around, that's 17, 15. Yes, 15 is fine, 14 is also fine. So we'll make sure that these thickness and the stroke thickness is quite similar. So we'll try to get that. So I'm gonna Command Control T, scale this down a little bit, and let's reduce the thickness. So we're gonna reduce the thickness to around, let's say, 12. Yes, and I'm gonna select the text as well. Go to Layer, Text, Strokes, and increase the stroke thickness to around 9. Just to make sure that's quite similar, just that. And now let's begin. Change the perspective view. So to do that, first of all, I'll just convert this into Smart Object, and after that I'll select these two, the text layer. This is text, text text, right? So I'm going to select the text and the ellipse and Command Control T, right click, perspective. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the perspective around here and increase the perspective size over here. And this one I'm going to push it a little bit up, something like that. Yes, and I'm gonna push it a little bit down around here, something like that. Yes, a little bit up, a little bit larger, and I'll just try to okay, and we'll place it somewhere around here. So overall I think this is looking great, and if you want to do more adjustments you can just individually select them and you can manually increase or decrease the size as per your requirement. So I think for this design, I think this size is almost fine. Now the next thing we're going to do is to apply this outer glow and the drop shadow. So to do that, I'll go double click on the text, right, text layer, double click to open the layer style panel, and here the first thing I'll apply outer glow, and under outer glow we're going to change the opacity to around full, and let's try out with all these attributes. So first thing, size, so I'll increase the size, and let's reduce the opacity for this, and let's increase the size a little bit just to give that nice a slight glow at the edge, right? And I'm going to keep it around, let's say 15 or 16 or maybe 21 is fine. Here you can adjust the opacity value as per your requirements. So let's see. Yeah, this much glow is fine, and overall I have kept the range to 49, this size is 21, this is 0, and opacity around 38 to 40, and click OK. And this is the outer glow. And to apply the drop shadow effect, what are we going to do? We're going to again go back to the layer style panel. You'll add this drop shadow, right? And under drop shadow, let's increase the drop shadow value. Okay, and I'll keep it normal for now. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll keep the opacity full, set the distance around, let's say this much, just compare it over here just for the reference, and angle a little bit of around 148 is fine, I think. And this is the spacing depth, right? I think this is great. So this is overall, and here we have added blue color. So this is dark blue color, and the color code is 0012FF. You can use that color code and get the same color. And before I go to the next step, I'll keep this normal and click OK. And now as you can see, we don't have the background, so let's add the background first, because to change the blend mode you need a background to see the effects. So right now we don't have any background, so whatever we do the change, whenever we do the blend change, it will not be visible in the design. So let's add a background. So I have a background over here, so I go to the web and download this image. This is night interior view, something like that, internal room view. So you can just use any of the night view interior room, and you can use it in your design. I'll just drag and drop and place it there, and I'll place it somewhere around here. Okay, and I'll just apply some mask to this just to get the area which I want. So I'm going to select this selection tool and create a nice mask, something like this. Okay, and apply mask to this layer, apply mask, and I'll just place this below all the text layer, so it's on the background. And now I'll just unlock this, select this layer, and just move it on the left side, just something like that. And we'll keep it, yeah, keeping it something, yes. So use the arrows and arrow key and mouse key just to up and down. Now as you can see, the room is a little bright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a contrast, brightness and contrast adjustment layer. So go over here, go there, brightness and contrast adjustment layer, use legacy, check this one, and just reduce the brightness to -100, right, and increase the brightness value. And what we will do is we're gonna apply this only to this background layer. And now let's compare the color combination. So I'm going to reduce the contrast a little bit just to make sure that the color of the background matches with the art design. So this is how I have added this contrast color, something like that, and I think this is looking great. Now I'll go to drop shadow here, and if I change the blend mode to something like overlay, you'll be able to see this color effect. When it was a normal, it was complete, right? There was no gaps in between, there was no texture, something like irregularity. But when I have applied it overlay, you'll see that the dark portion got like it's totally transparent, and you'll be able to see only few of the sections looking like some cool effect, and I'll keep it that way. Now I'll do the same thing for this as well. So just select this effect with the Alt press, click and drag and drop it to the other layer, and this will automatically create a duplicate of the effects and apply to the new layer. So as you can see, here is this. So if you want to do more adjustments, you can just go in their effects, go to this drop shadow layer, and let's just increase the distance a little bit so that we can see this effect here. The distance is a little bit larger, so let's increase this distance around, yep, this much. Okay, this is looking great. Now the next thing we're going to do is to add this bluish color tone to this design. So to add that, I want to use the solid color. So go over here, solid color, it will be on the top, right? Let's choose something blue. So I'll choose something blue. Yes, the color code, you can use this, or you can just place it somewhere around here and choose some little darker blue color and click OK. And now I'll change this blend mode to vivid, and this will apply a nice cool effect here. What I'll do is I'll select this and group this up, Command Control G, and just apply to the text. So it will be applied only to the text. As you can see, this group contains this two layers, which is only the text, and background is separate. So I have applied this solid color with a vivid light blend mode selected, and this will give you that cool bluish tone effect. And if you want to edit further, you can just go into the group here, and you can individually go in there and do the adjustments. Right now I think the glow effect is little lower, so what I'll do is I'll go in here and increase the glow value. So I'll increase the size, right, and opacity as well, just to see that glow effect, right, and increase the size, reduce the size a little bit, something like that. Yes, so this is the size around 13, and I have increased the opacity just to see the effect, something like that. So this is giving that nice glow effect there. Do the same for this as well. So I'll go in there, outer glow, selecting the outer glow will increase the opacity and reduce the this, yes, something like that. So something like illumination of light from the shapes, and this is the background ring, which has got nice cool effect there. Now lastly, I will add this nice red color. So what I'll do is I'll go in here, selecting this background layer, add a new layer in between, and with the brush selected, right, let's choose red color, something red, full red color, and reduce the size a little bit. Yes, painting it there, and painting it somewhere around here as well, and somewhere around here, something around here. So now if I go to the blend modes and do see some variation with different blend modes, you'll be able to see some cool design there. So let's choose something which will be better for our design. So this is the color. So if you choose color, you get this nice interesting look. Let's see what I have given in our previous design. So I'll go in here, group, and let's see which layer mode I have given. So I've selected a layer, and this is hue. So we can give hue. So let's see, and this is color, we can give hue, and we got that nice interesting look there. So red and interesting, you can just paint it more just to give some like a little bit of dark like this. So overall we have had a nice background and a light glow effect like that. So here's our first design, it's complete. Now the next design we're gonna work on is this one. So to create this design, we'll be typing out the text. So this is in group, I have placed in group. I'll be working on a new layer, so I'll add a new layer. But before that, let me check our work area. So this is the artboard where we're going to work. So let's see the canvas size, image, canvas size, and the canvas size I'm working on right now is 3464 by 1985. So this will help you to decide what font size we're going to use according to this. So for this design, here you can see I have added most of the layer. Let me see. So this is the background. As you can see in the background, I have added nice gray color, and if I hide all this, I have added a nice lens flare here on both sides. So this is lens flare, and lastly this overall everything is same. So let's create this. So I'll just make this in group and just place it there just to keep it for our reference. And now let's start designing. So with the text tool, type out your text, L-I-G-A-S-T, GST light. Okay, so for this design we're going to use the text. So let's select the text here and let's see which text I have used for this design. So this is a text, right? I'll just double click on there and this is the text. So selecting this text, T for text, and the font I have used is DIN CONDENST. So DIN condensed bold font. So I'm going to use this, command copy this, command control C, and I'll just go back to my work area, selecting this text, go to text. Here I'll just paste it there, command control V, yes, and this is bold, command control T. Let's scale the size and I'll place it somewhere on here. Okay, enter. And now I'll just change the color to white. And now let's reduce the spacing between the alphabet. So I'll go to the character attributes and let's reduce the spacing to 0, and overall it's looking fine. Now let's start creating this design. As you can see, the fill color is nil, so I'm going to reduce the fill color. This is blank, so I'll just delete this out. So this is the text layer, so let's selecting the text layer, go to fill and reduce the fill to 0, and now double click on there and let's apply stroke. Okay, and keep it inside, and let's see. Okay, let's reduce the thickness size around, let's say 10, or maybe let's keep it to center and let's try to get that around 10, and I'll click OK. So this is the font thickness, stroke thickness I have given around 10, and now let's try to give this glow effect. So for that, let's convert this into smart object, double click, and on the layer style panel apply outer glow, right? And let's change the outer glow color to something magenta. So I'm going to pick this color from here, and this is the color code. This is magenta, C00C85, and click OK. And now let's try to apply it. So selecting that, let's increase the opacity to 100, and let's increase it to, and make sure that it's nicely done, something like that. Okay, and we can reduce this a little bit. Okay, and a little bit of softer. If I increase the range, you see you can make it a little bit softer using the range. So we'll be using this slider, and this slider. So using the spread slider, size slider, and the range slider, you'll be able to get some interesting look to this. So let's increase it a little bit, and there, and with this I'll just make it a little bit softer, right? Okay, so I think this is great. Make it a little bit brighter and click OK. So we got that nice glow text effect there using the very simple technique, outer glow. Now the next thing we're gonna do is let's create this next type. So let's type out night, N-I-G-S-T, night, and for this font, let's see which font I have used. So this is Ragim Red Lotus BB. So I'll just copy this font, command control C, and now I'll select this font and I'll just paste it there, command control V, and you got regular and italic. Let's keep it italic. Okay, and I'll just place it there, and I'll do some little bit of adjustments with the perspective. So command control T, skew, and I'll just push this up a little bit just to give that nice angular feel, and I'll just make it a little bit of more tilt here like that. And overall I think this is looking great. Now I'll just scale this up a little bit, command control T, and let's scale the size. Okay, drag it down, let's scale down a little bit, right, and enter. Now let's apply the inner glow and outer glow. So I'll just go in there and directly apply first, let's say outer glow, and the outer glow color should be something blue purple. So I'm going to choose blue or a little bit of mix of purple. Okay, and we'll just adjust this sliders, so make sure that you're giving that nice soft blend, something like that. Okay, and now I'll add one more, this is inner glow, and for the inner glow we're gonna choose some this little bit of this magenta, purple magenta color, something like that, and increase the value there, and I'll just keep it to edge or center. Inner glow, I'll just keep it to normal. Yes, so make sure that your blend mode is set to normal, and now if you adjust this you can see the effect there. So just make sure you're giving some nice soft blend there. Yes, and this one will help you to give some effect, something like that. I'll just keep this around, let's say 18, and this one around 63 maybe. Yes, and this one a little bit of this. So I've given around 21, and this is 68, range 68, size 21, choke 0, and color I have used is something a little bit similar to that. Let's keep it that way. This is the color code 5E0266, so C6, that's all. So I have added inner glow and outer glow, and then click OK. So this is the night text. And now let's create this nice small shape. So I'm going to use brush tool. So add a new layer, select brush, choose this brush, hard round pressure size. Let's increase the size a little bit, right? Okay, and I'll just draw out a line. Click, and then let's choose white color. Okay, and let's say click, and then click. So that's all. And now Command Control T, let's adjust the size. So I'll use the web tool and just will make it point it at this side, and a little bit of curve from top. We can just keep on tweaking until you get that nice interesting look. So yes, something like that, a little bit of curve, and enter. So I think this is looking great. I'll just keep it that way, and I'll just place this just below the night text layer and place somewhere around there. And now let's apply the color, something that. So I'll just double click on there, outer glow, basically outer glow. I'll apply the same color which I have used here. Click OK, and just increase this range value just to give that soft blend outside, and we'll add inner glow. And for this we're going to use the same color, this one, magenta, and you can just drag and choose some nice color there, and let's increase the size. Okay, and we can just make sure that, yes, something like that. So adjusting the range and the size, and make it softer, make it harsher, you can decide, and click OK. So here we go, we have added a nice shape as well. I'll just make sure it's placed on the right position, like these and this, and with the Alt press, click, and I'll just create a duplicate of it and I'll place it there. Okay, and now I'll add this flares. So to create that, what I'll do is I'll add a new layer on top. Add a new layer, fill it with something color, or backspace, fill it with something with any color. Now double click on it. Okay, pattern overlay, and choose a pattern here. So we're gonna choose something like this. Okay, and let's see, let's increase the size. Okay, this is the square boxes, so I'm gonna use this grid, and let's increase the size, something like that, and click OK. So this is the grid, right click and convert this into smart object, and after that reverse this. So with the command press I, so it will reverse the like color. And now if you change the blend mode to, let's say, vivid, you'll be able to see some cool effect there. And what I will do is we'll place it below all the text layers, right? And what I'll do is I'll just select this Photoshop, this, and I'll just place it on top just to see that effect. And now we'll change this opacity to around something, make it 25 or say something, and I'll just mask out the rest of the region. So just click, drag, and just mask out the unwanted region. So selecting that, mask, and here we go, we got a nice background as well. And now you can adjust the opacity as per your need, and here we go, we got a nice glow. And yes, we have to create this lens flare effect. So to create that, let's add a new layer again on top. Okay, and fill it up with black color, or backspace, choose black color. Okay, so for this one you need black color, it's very important, or backspace. And now we'll go to effect, lens flare, or you find it under render lens flare, right? And we're going to choose this movie premiere. You got all these other options. I'm going to choose movie premiere and just adjust the like brightness using the slider. Okay, I'm going to set it to around 80% and click OK. So we got this. Now Command Control T and I'll just scale it down. Okay, and place it somewhere around here and change the blend mode to screen, and I'll just place it there. Okay, with the arrow keys you can just move around and enter, right? And I'll change the blend mode to, let's say, linear dodge add, and this will give you that little bit more brighter tone there. And let's create one more duplicate of it and place it around here. Command Control T, rotate the angular direction a little bit just to get some interesting look there, and place it somewhere around there, and this one around here. And here we go, we got that nice lens flare. We have given that nice creative background using the inverse options. Here you can see, here's it. We have used pattern overlay and the invert option to get this nice background. We have used inner glow, outer glow, and few other options to create the design. So finally I have created a second design. As you can see, we have completed creating these two designs. The first design was very simple, very easy to create. We have used outer glow and the drop shadow effect to create this design, and for the second design we have used inner glow, outer glow, and the few other options, something like lens flare, pattern overlay, and much more. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Don't forget to check out the next tutorial coming up, and if you want more updates on designing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this channel. Thank you.